This is Headphone Therapy at HeritageHip-Hop.
Coming to you live right now at Heritage Hip Hop. I'm honored to bring y'all the next movement in great classic New Jersey legendary bars and production. Introduce yourselves.
Joe Dirt, Rosa, Ipkiss,
Stanley Jr.
Deluxe.
Alright everybody, y'all know who this is. This is Headphone Therapy. Now, I want to start with the producer of the group. Now, by the way that you do production, not only are you bringing back sampling, you have a very pronounced drum pattern. How did you come to make your own sound, and why is it important to have your own sound?
I think you have to appeal to everyone on the planet. Like, you can't just do one type of genre. You gotta, as a producer, in my opinion, you have to appeal to everybody. I don't personally think I have like a certain sound. I get it from my team. So whatever they come to me with, that's what I have. Okay.
What I've picked up from what you have produced so far, your sound, in my opinion, I mean, you said you don't have one, but your sound, in my opinion, is global. Since you said it that way. And the reason why I said that is because if someone really listens to hip hop and not somebody who says, well, I just like the beat or I just listen for lyrics, when I listen to Exterminate Them, when I listen to Good Riddance, when I listen to Black Sheep, Soundwaves, when I listen to those songs, the beats are very clear. And one thing I like about your production is it brings the voice out, but the voice also highlights the beat. How important do you think that marriage is when making music?
Very, very important. Very important. You can't have a song where the beat overshadows the vocals or vice versa. They have to mesh, they have to marinate. They all gotta have like a union, so to speak. So that's a good thing about how we work. You know, all our vocals, the beats, whatever, before we even do a song, we have to make sure that it marinates. Or before we put out a song, make sure that song marinates, so to speak.
Okay. So you like how it blends and how they both, like I say, how both hands wash themselves and take care. I like that. Because one thing I wanna bring out, and we're gonna highlight some of the songs, but one thing I wanna bring out, rhyme patterns on your beats are highlighted by the sounds. What do you hear when you create a beat, and how does the MC get you to focus on how to bring out their tone?
Oh, that's a good question. Whatever the MC brings to me, I try to imagine myself from what they're thinking. The people I work with have a good way of explaining what they want or showing me what they want, and I have a good way of bringing out what they want. So it's like, it's my worldly sound, so to speak, combined with their worldly lyrics.
It's another marriage.
Another marriage, another marinating.
Another meshing of skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to bring out something that you didn't say, but you said in the same token. Mm-hmm. The producer has the largest responsibility on record. And the reason why I say that is because it's already hard for MCs to put their words together. Some say it's not hard, but I think it is because they have an image to portray. They want their rhymes to be reflective of their personalities, and they want to be able to give a picture of what they're saying so they can relate to the audience. But as a producer, not only are you backing up the ego of the MC, you're also stroking the heartstrings of the listener to get them to pay attention. That's a very hard balance, and I want you to tell me, you have a very eclectic and dynamic team. How did you pick your team, and how do you get them to show their personalities through your music?
They picked me. I'm gonna say that. I didn't like go out and look for talent or anything like that. It's like what you see here, it just happened. I can't say I went out and, like I said, I didn't go pick them. I've known Joe half my life. We met Bruiser like 3-4 years ago. Of course, this is my son. And we met Lux. Same.
I don't know where she came from, man.
She came out of nowhere.
It just happened.
She came out of nowhere.
And she was hungry.
And when I hear them all, it's like they help me diversify myself. Like they all come with something different. Like Bruiser came with something different, Joe came with something different. They all came with something different. So it like kind of sharpens my skills as far as producing. So again, I didn't pick them; they picked me.
Okay. Now, one of my favorite producers, MCs, hip hop talents of all time is Govmatic. Rest in peace.
That's
And I know.
one more time.
That's right. And I know that you did a producer appreciation show with Govmatic and as the inspiration of the event. And I wanted to ask you a question. Being that you did that, how did Gov inspire you, and where do you want to take his legacy, as well as build your own?
To be honest, a couple people know this. I never even met Gov. I never met him. But as a producer, of course, you can't live in Jersey or even Newark or whatever and not know who Gov is. Like, I would say Joe.
I don't want to like partake in what you was asking with him, but when you ask like how Gov inspired a lot. Like that's partly mainly my sound when I go for records or when I try to be the funkiest representing North. Like and what other way to represent North than the leader of one of those sounds. Like I do beats myself. I'm not like the A1 producer like you said. My team member is, but you know I play my part. But as far as like producers, production, even as far as like music, Govmatic birthed a whole like city full of people that even his immediate people they ain't even know. And man, like that brother was powerful. I mean, I actually got to meet him. I mean, he actually told me I was a dope brother. I mean, inboxes and all. Like so, like when you say the inspiration he gave, like that's all you see right here is the inspiration of Gov, inspiration of the North people that put on for us. Period.
I would say any producer out right now should be inspired by that man. Like again, I didn't meet him, but I know of him, and he was like the father of our sound.
Okay.
So it was just it had to be done. The tribute had to be done.
That was no
funny.
sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because when I was talking with Gov, I told him a famous story I like to call famous because it was about him. And being that he's not here, it kind of like hurts. But I told him I was sitting like in South Jersey somewhere, like near Monmouth, and I was I'm a hip hop connoisseur. Like I'll tell you who did what beat, when, how it's fun. I mean, I study music and I study hip hop more because that's our culture. And I heard some guys talking, and they were like, who's the best producer MC that you ever heard? And they was like Kanye, Just Blaze, and I was like, I got one for you, Govmatic. And one of them said, who's Govmatic? And I stood up and walked away. And Gov just started laughing like, yo, you amazing.
Yo, I kind of got mad because you know when the Stretch and Bartito show, they got him in a segment of whack rappers. And I'm like, why would you put a man like that in a segment like that when they gave you such diversity and funk from like this same area where you thought we was supposed to sound like what we did. We had our own sound.
That's a whole nother conversation to talk about later. You know what I'm saying? But back to the original question, what's your legacy? How do you want your sound to grow, be dynamic, and be respected and feared in this industry?
I don't want it to be feared. I want it to be respected, not feared. I don't know. I think I don't know my legacy right now. I'm just going along as I go along. So whatever my legacy will be, then like for instance, I'm gonna use Govmatic. He just said he was in the segment of whack rappers. That's their legacy of him. Then you got a whole crew of people who's know him as a legend. That's their legacy. So I don't know. I don't know what my legacy is going to be. I'm just going to go along with what I can do. I want to inspire people. I want to help them grow within their music. You know, just keep going, I guess. I don't know. I can't really answer that right now.
I respect that. The reason why I picked the word fear is because fear is not a bad thing. Fear can inspire you to be great, and it challenges you to recognize your limitations and to go beyond that. Now, we all had fear in our lives. As a producer, you had to make your first beat. You had a little scared to let people listen to it, but when they heard it, you said, okay, I could do this. You conquered that fear. Then the fear was, could the next one be good? And then, can I live up to the name? And is my name as great as I want to be? And as an MC, you have a little bit of fear because you got to put the words down. You got to say it in front of people. Then there's nothing like conquering that fear when that person hits that head nod on a beat, or a person hits a head nod and really listens to what you're saying over a track when you're on stage in front of a crowd. Hip hop is the biggest rush. And the rush of hip hop comes in the form of not only am I hot, but who can relate to what I'm saying. You know what I mean?